Scorpio, what's going on? Let's do a reading for you. And let's do this for the year 2025. Let's set our intentions on finding out what is going on with Scorpio. What is going to be your major challenge for the year 2025? What can we do about it? We'll take a look at the recent past. We'll see how that has affected you in the here and now. We'll get some advice. Let's see what we can find out for the sign of Scorpio. Those born betwixt October 23 and November 21st. So if you are born within them months, this may be for you. Let's find out. 3 more shuffles and let's begin, Scorp. I do have some Scorpio in me. I am half Scorpion. My moon is in Scorpio. I like to think of our moon as our shadow. It's a reflection. Some people even say there's conspiracy theorists out there that believe that the moon is nothing more than a reflection of the earth, and that if you look at all the craters and everything, it all looks like what the earth looks like from space, quote unquote. But I know many Scorpions, and you're all different. You are all your own individual selves. There's no other person like you, Scorpio. You are unique. You are unique. 2 more shuffles and let's begin. I'm going to do this taking reversals. I like a challenge. Ooh. Starting out hot. Dang, Scorp. Ooh. Boom. Bam. Kapow. Dang. Wow. Oh my goodness. Wow, Scorp. Why? Why you got to put me in this position to have to do a reading like this? Because you got major arcana all over this. Look at this. This is a timeline. Recent past, present challenge. What you don't see coming, or some people call this position what lies before you. For those of you that are tarot readers, position 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And what's underneath this whole reading is right here. Okay, give me a minute to meditate on your cards. Damn. This is deep. I don't want to take this reading lightly. But Scorpio, right now, you are in this energy right here. The Lovers. The Lovers, in a general, to me, is about choice. It is about free will. But being that this is where you are, I feel it has to do with a divine connection. And you are one of these people. You are one of these people in this image. And this is a divine connection, and the Creator is involved. Maybe this is a marriage. It depends on how tight we want to bring the focus of the queries and so forth. And because this is a general reading, I can only kind of give you some ideas of the energies. It does not have to be a marriage. It can be a connection. Let's say a brother and a sister, 2 brothers, 2 sisters. It's two individuals, and there is or it can just be that there is a covenant between two people. So you see what I'm saying? I mean, heck, man, when I was a kid, me and another dude, we cut our hands like Indians, and we became blood brothers by a covenant, like the natives. Interestingly, our paths kind of went different ways, and years later, I'm in high school, and I'm a burnout kid, you know, and I was a scrawny kid. I think it was my freshman year, and one of the high school football players, an older grade, but the guy was just going to beat my ass, and Ellis, my blood brother, jumped out of nowhere, and he had become a jock, and he was a big black running back, just a strong kid. And out of nowhere, he come out of nowhere and says, "Hey man, that's my dog right there, and no one ever messed with me from the football team ever, because Ellis had my back. We were blood brothers by covenant." Berith, the Hebrew word berith. You could be in a berith with somebody. Maybe this is a best friend that you've had since you were kids. But the challenge is there's something I feel about this connection that is, the foundations are being shook. The foundations are being shook in this situation. Something about the foundations of the marriage, the foundations of this berith, or whatever this commitment was, there is something about it, and it is being shaken up. Okay? What lies underneath in the subconscious, in your subconscious, Scorpio, is information and truth. The Ace of Swords right there, tied and associated to this truth is justice, or justice gives us the context on what this truth, what this information is, because the Ace of Swords can be new information, or it can be the truth, and especially considering that its associated card is the Justice card, I'd say that you don't have to be a tarot reader to take a look at that and see what this is about. What's going on in the subconscious, Scorpio, is justice and the truth. This is serious business going on in your subconscious, Scorp. Don't know what's going on exactly, but in the recent past, there was judgment. Interestingly, the card associated with that is the Two of Cups. So giving me the context on this judgment is what is cresting this reading, the Two of Cups, a connection. Another reason why I know that whoever this reading is for, this reading is about a connection. That's right there. And that's right there. And what lies before you, or what you don't see coming, is your card, Scorp. Boy, that doesn't even want to come up. Okay, now that to me could be literally something that we need to talk about. It doesn't want to come up in my fingers. I can't even get it off the table here. It's heavy energy, but it is transformational energy. The Death card in tarot does not represent death in the physical realm, as much as it means that something is being changed. And if you look at this timeline, this is past, this is present challenge, and this is potential future. Or really, it's not really so much that it's future as much as it is, this is as a result of all this other energy, this is what we're looking at. And how many of you know that what we are looking at can change? We can change even things that are coming by what we do right now. This is interesting because this heaviness may be the feeling of, hey man, I really don't want to see this thing turn into something. I don't want this kind of a change. I don't want this kind of change. I can't control this kind of change. I don't know what this change is going to mean. And therefore, I'm scared of it. Or I'm reluctant to go down this road. What is your advice? Before I talk about what's your advice, I forgot to really talk about what's underneath this whole reading. The Ace of Pentacles. The Ace of Pentacles is a new opportunity for stability. There's something that has presented itself to you possibly, and maybe you're not thinking about this, but it is there underneath this whole thing. What must you do to succeed? I call this, or some people call this advice. Other people call it how you must conduct yourself. Well, why are we trying to conduct ourselves a certain way? We're trying to conduct ourselves a certain way because we want to succeed. What good is this reading? And what good is any reading if it doesn't tell you how to succeed, right? Spirit says, you want to succeed? Page of Swords in the reverse. Now, when I was meditating on these cards, I kept reading this. This one was really getting to me. Because traditionally speaking, Page of Swords in reverse is the energy of, I'm not interested. It's kind of like, I'll just use this as an analogy. Somebody shows interest in you at work, and immediately you're like, I'm not interested. I don't do work relationships. Okay? It's like as soon as something is brought to your attention, you're immediately, a knee-jerk reaction is, I'm not interested in it. Page of Swords in reverse to me is an energy of rejection. And so when I tried to solve the paradox is, how is this supposed to help you in your situation? How do I apply this energy to succeeding as a strategy? And it hit me. The first meaning of the Page of Swords in the upright, they used to say it was the stalker card, okay, which is a shadow of the Page of Swords. Another interpretation, one of 5 or 6. Okay, so I give 5 or 6, like Page of Swords in the upright, I have probably 4 or 5 different keywords for it. But I feel that it has to, because Page of Swords in reverse can also mean not asking questions, because Page of Swords in the upright is somebody that asks questions. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, Lord, how is it possible to succeed if you're not asking questions? Because we are to ask questions. My people perish for a lack of knowledge, the Bible says. Well, how do you get knowledge? You have to research. You have to ask questions. You have to question everything. Okay? And then it hit me. Not only do you have to question everything, you may have to be a little bit of a conspiracy theorist. A new definition I just got, because you question everything. And the first thing that people say when you start questioning things like the vaccines and shit, first thing that I started asking questions about the vaccines when all this COVID shit come out, why they were pushing them so fast and trying to get so many people, and just because I asked questions, they tried to block me, or they gave me a bunch of strikes on Facebook. I almost lost my account for asking questions. I'll tell you what, right now, you want to find the truth? You ask questions. If you don't want to know the truth, don't ask. And I'll tell you what, you'll find there's a lot of people running around with this energy of, I just go along to get along, and I'm not going to ask any questions. I'm not going to ruffle any feathers. I'm not going to question the system because I don't want to lose my job, because I'm one check away from going under. And yet I feel that for many of you, you are being told by Spirit to ask questions, to question everything, to be the shadow version of the Page of Swords in the upright. It has to do with maybe asking the questions that are not the pretty ones. They are not it may not be a pretty job. This may be, have you being a, I could almost see like I just got this vision of the reporters back in the day when people would actually report the news instead of putting their twist on it, and they didn't give a damn what the answer was. They would go after you. If you were a business that was doing some bullshit, they'd go after you. No one was bought off by the pharmaceutical companies. I don't give a shit. I want some information, and I'm going to get the damn information I need. So I don't understand this. And this may only be one or two Scorpio's message or something. I don't know. But there's something about this energy. Okay, now let me give it to you another way. Okay, let's say that we interpret this advice as to not ask any questions. And I do not believe Spirit would ever put you in a position. The way I understand God, or some people call it the universe, okay, whatever. I don't believe that God expects you to check your mind at the door. I think you are expected to ask questions. And it does not make sense to me that Spirit would tell you, don't ask any questions, just go along to get along. That's how people get abused, telling people like that. That's what religion has done to people, victimize people. I've seen it done in every type of religion. You get a guru, and the guru becomes abusive. Could be a pastor. I've seen it. Could be the leader of some cult somewhere. It could be your yogi. It could be your therapist. Gurus come in all shapes and sizes. But that's how you get abused, is somebody tells you, don't ask any questions. No, I don't believe that. It has to do with, you're still asking questions, but they may not be, you may not, I almost hate to say this, but this is what I really feel. I just, gut level, I almost feel like this is somebody that needs to get an answer, and it's kind of like this movie I've seen, Arlington Road. I don't know if you guys have ever seen it. If not, put a plug for that movie, because that's probably in my top 10 favorite movies of all time. The FBI agent tells the professor, he goes, there's lots of ways to get information. You just can't get it through me. In other words, through the FBI. Because he was doing some research into something, and he was suspecting that his neighbor was a terrorist, and the FBI agent couldn't really do anything. But anyway, what I'm getting at is, you may have to get your information in a way that may not be very orthodox, if you follow me. Now, I'm not telling you to commit a crime, okay? But I'm just telling you, there's things on the internet you can go on and get a report on somebody's past. I mean, I don't know, but there's something like that going on, okay? Let's move on. What is affecting this situation? What are the external influences to this situation? 6 of Cups in reverse, bad memories. 6 of Cups in reverse can be bad memories. What's affecting this thing is you're remembering something, and whatever you're remembering, it wasn't good. And I feel it's very appropriate to say that as a result of these bad memories, what your most likely projected outcome will be, unfortunately, is a feeling of betrayal, or feeling like something hurt you, feeling like something broke your heart. Let me see if I can glean anything else in this reading. I'm trying to see the positive, because I feel like you're going through some shit here, Scorp. Not going to lie. For some of you, you know, you have to ask yourself, okay, well, what the hell is this damn tower about, right? I mean, you can't not look at this. There's a tower, and that's the challenge. And we're talking about the year 2025, okay? Is this about keeping your marriage together, Scorp? The challenge for the year 2025 is trying to keep your marriage together when shit feels like it's falling apart on you and you're going through transformation. Maybe you've been married to this person for 20 years and, you know, you've changed. You know, they sometimes say, you know, well, we changed and we grew apart, you know, or things like that. But whatever's going on, Spirit says there's actually a new opportunity for stability, perspective. There's a new opportunity for stability, and I almost feel like it's all about perspective. Are we going to look at this struggle that we're having with the different lens so that we can solve this thing? For what it's worth, because I don't know what this is about, but something hit me right now when I said that. I'll just give it to you. If it means something to you, maybe it will, maybe it won't. I don't know. But sometimes at my job, we'll have a problem out in the field somewhere, and I work in the internet business, so we keep the internet going to the, you know, residents. And maybe I'm out working on it for a day, and I just can't find anything. Maybe it's been 2 or 3 days. We've had this happen many times. You're working on some kind of deal, there's some kind of intermittent issue going on, you're out there working and trying to find shit, and you can't find nothing. And then I'll say to my boss, I'll say, hey, you want to send somebody else out there today? I need another set of eyeballs looking at this thing. The other person comes out, and they figure it out that day. I've had the same thing happen the other way around. Guy been out there a week, they send me out there, and I find it in 2 hours. But it's just a different set of eyes looking at something, the same problem, in a different way. Well, there's something about, in your advice, about how you are investigating something. I feel there may be a need that it's not the conventional way that you've asked questions before. Page of Swords in reverse. It's something abstract about asking questions, and that is what you were to do to succeed. It's asking the question that needs to be asked in a different way. Sometimes it's getting the answer another way. Reverse engineering. Matter of fact, tarot is nothing more than getting to an answer. It's solving a problem. Spirit says there's something about the way that you're going to get that you need to get the information. Because in your subconscious, there's the truth. And associated with that is justice. This is a deep, deep reading. What appears to be a marriage or some type of contractual agreement between two people. And the challenge is that shit's being uprooted. You can't play hardball the way that you normally play it. You're going to have to do something different. I also see a guy swinging a baseball bat upside down. You're going to have to go into stealth mode or something. I don't know what this reading is about, Scorp. I really don't. I'm just hoping that you get whatever green light you need to get or whatever information you're needing to get. I hope you get it. And I hope you find out what this truth is and get the answers that you need. Scorpio, if you found yourself getting resonated with this message, hit that like and subscribe button. Hit that notification bell so you could be alerted when I upload new videos. And with that, we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.